Okay, so you're ready to do some drawing, because we're going to be doing some drawing now, and it's going to be about nature. So first of all, what you'll need is something to draw with. Um, Very basically, you can use a pencil, you can use a mechanical pencil. You can, if you're really brave, you can use an ink pen, and I'll talk about that a bit later. Um, or use a biro, or use whatever you've got to hand. Just as long as you can write with it, that's fine. The other thing is you'll need some sort of paper. A sheet of paper will be fine, but because it's nature journaling, maybe you should lash out and buy yourself something like this, which is just, as a starter, is really good. It's like a cheap cartridge paper visual diary. It's got unlined paper, which is good, although you can start with lined, that's fine too. And these are just good basic things to start off with. Once you get into doing, we'll talk about the better papers and things if you want to use watercolour paints or watercolour pencils or all those other different materials. But look, that's further down the track. We're just starting off now. So yeah, something to draw with, something to write on, or draw on rather. And of course the other thing you'll need is something vaguely about nature. Now the best thing to do is to get outside if you can, and get out into it. I realise that might be difficult for some of you, but some of you might have a courtyard or a balcony or a garden, or you might have a local park down the road. You might have the tree that's growing on the side of your street or something. You know, you might have your pet dog, but we'll approach drawing with animals later. At the moment we're going to start with a contour drawing, and we need something that doesn't move and has a little bit of complexity. So I'd say something like a leafy branch should be really good. If you can see a tree from where you are, that's a good thing to do too. You could do a pot plant. All of those things would be a good thing to start off with. I'm going to be doing a leafy branch, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Okay, so remember before I was saying that the key to drawing is seeing. Now, one of the things that slows down beginner drawers when they start drawing is that they're very conscious of their mistakes, and they want to rub everything out if it doesn't look perfect. But remember, nature journaling, we're not out for perfection. We're not at the start anyway. If you want to go in that direction later, that's great. But at the start, we're just going to get you drawing. So this exercise is really good to stop you worrying about your mistakes and just hopefully get you focusing on the thing you're trying to draw. Now, the exercise is called contour drawing. And a warning straight away from the start is that your drawing is not really going to look like the thing you're drawing, okay? And the reason for that is that you're not allowed to look at your page, and you're not allowed to take your pen or your pencil off the page. Sounds like torture? Well, look, some of you will hate this exercise, some of you will love it. There'll be quite a few people in between, I suspect. But the thing about it is, with contour drawing, is what I want you to do is get yourself like I said earlier, try and get a view of a tree, a whole tree, that's a good place to start, or a leafy branch like this one. So this is macadamia, an Australian native plant, and that leafy branch has got lots of complexity in it. That's what I want for a contour drawing to start with. And what I'm going to ask you to do, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ask you folks to do at home, is look at your leafy branch, and I want you to, when you're drawing it, draw the outline of each leaf, or if you're drawing a tree, of each branch, and go up the side and then down again where it connects to the branch, and then up along the leaf and down again. And if you can see the leaf veins, try and draw them as well. The thing is, you're not going to be taking your pen or your pencil off the page, so your line is going to cross itself a lot, and that is fine. And because you're not looking, your line isn't going to meet back at the branch at the same spot either, and that is absolutely fine as well, because this exercise is not about producing a realistic picture of the thing you're trying to draw. If anyone produces that, I'll know you're cheating. So this exercise is about you looking closely at the subject. And the other thing I want you to do is, while you're doing this and while you can't look at your page, try and be aware of what's going on in your head. So if you've got a lot of negative self-talk saying, oh my goodness, it's not going to look good and it's not going to look right, and how am I supposed to get back to the same point on the page? If you've got a lot of that going on, that's fine. Just be aware of it, because I want you to try and get rid of that negative self-talk, because nature journaling doesn't have to be perfect. It's an adventure, right? So if you can just take that need for perfection or for getting it right away from yourself in your mind, if you can get rid of that and you can just enjoy the process of drawing, you're going to enjoy drawing a lot more. And the other thing what some people will do, I'm sure, is they'll find it really fascinating and they'll just get into all the detail of what they're trying to draw. Try and do that too. Try and get really absorbed in what you're looking at. And if you do it properly, you'll probably see a lot more detail than what you normally would. And that's because you're drawing. You're really trying to capture what's there, and it'll give you a bit of a insight into the meditative part of drawing, which is a really lovely part of drawing. So yes, no looking at your page, no taking your pen or pencil off the page. Just try and describe as many details as you can in one continuous line, and give yourself about 10 minutes to do that. You may not finish the whole branch, you won't finish the whole tree, or maybe you will if it's a small tree, but that's okay, no problem at all. And when you're done, well, I'll come back and talk again when we're done. Okay, I'm going to have a go now too. Okay, so got my pen, got my paper. Oh, and if you run off the page, don't worry about it. Just sort of bring your pen back onto the page and keep going. So yeah, starting at the base of a leaf, and these leaves are great because they've got these wiggly edges. Trying to do the wiggly edges, bringing my pen back down. There's another leaf sort of coming in, and then another leaf coming in. I'm just sort of describing the outlines and seeing all the great detail on that leaf. So keep doing that. You don't have to talk to yourself like I'm doing. I'm just trying to tell you what I'm doing. And just do that for about 10 minutes. See how long you can do it without looking at the page. It's a challenge. And just let your pen just wander over the page. Alright, I'm going to sign off now. And when I come back, I'll have a completed contour drawing to show you. Okay, so how'd you go with your contour drawing? Did you manage to do it without looking at your page? It is really hard. Here's my contour drawing. Look at that. See how it's not an exact replica of the macadamia branch, and it shouldn't be. It's quite an abstract looking thing, but I really love contour drawings. I think they make really nice images, and the thing is that drawing has captured something about the leaf shape and the wiggly edges. It captured a bit of what I was seeing, but most importantly it gave me a chance to really look at the plant and see a lot more detail. And I hope you saw a lot more detail of what you were drawing too, and I hope you also took note of what was going on in your head. Was that hard? Did you really sort of beat yourself up because you knew it wasn't going to sort of look realistically like the plant? If so, yeah, just be aware of those thoughts and just relax, because when you're learning to draw, the most important thing, like I keep saying, is being able to see the detail and just relaxing about how it's going to turn out, because it's a journey. Enjoy that journey, and see every new drawing as an adventure, and also every new drawing as something to learn from, and you'll really enjoy your drawing so much more. So the contour drawing is a warm-up exercise. You could fill your nature journal up with contour drawings because they're pretty cool, or you could just treat it as something that you go to when you're feeling a bit tired or you're having trouble getting started. But you can add colour to them and expand on them too. Okay, thanks for watching. If you want to do more, if you want to share your contour drawing, I would love to see them. If you're into Facebook, you can share them on the Nature Journaling Australia page, but you don't have to share anything because the Nature Journal is just for you. There's no right or wrong. Enjoy your nature journaling. See you next time.